What's poppin', y'all? It's Finesse Squire, formerly known as Jazzy Beats, but I had to change my Instagram handle because of what? Branding. And this is an episode of No Distractions where we cut through the political BS. And you might be wondering where Elizabeth is. And she's actually on the Hill talking to people right now about the issue we're going to discuss in this video, which is Medicaid cuts. They're proposing Medicaid cuts, and that's to cover $4.5 trillion in tax breaks. Don't let them fool you. This is literally just to benefit the rich. And you know what's crazy? 80% of Americans actually don't agree with Medicaid cuts at all. So don't let the media convince you that this is something the American people want. Even the people that voted for Donald Trump don't agree with cuts to Medicaid. And you know what? Before I really get off, let me pass it to Liz.
Hey y'all, so I am here with Congresswoman McClellan. You know I love her. So she is on the committee that is going to handle what's going on with Medicaid. This is a mess. Tell us, what is going on? Why are they trying to take away health care from millions of Americans? I mean, who's getting the benefit of that?
Well, they want to fund their tax cuts for billionaires, and the only way they can do that is if they find $880 billion in cuts. That's what they've told the Energy and Commerce Committee, and they can't do it without touching Medicaid. But they're starting to realize how hard it is.
Yeah.
They're starting to realize that means that hospitals will close, millions of Americans will lose their health insurance. People want us to keep our hands off their health care. So today, right now, I was supposed to be in a hearing where we were going to take up their budget bill. They pushed it off because they're fighting amongst themselves, because the moderates are like, wait a minute now.
Right.
I don't know that I want to walk that plank. So the pressure is working. Keep it up and tell them, keep your hands off my health care. They know how to game the system. They need long-term care. They need to go into a nursing home. They know how to move their money around so that they are eligible for Medicaid, and that will never change. Are you going to tell somebody who works and get paid like $20,000 a year you don't deserve access to health care? No, we're not going to do that. And oh, by the way, everybody else will pay more. And so it's healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Healthcare is a right, and everybody, no matter who you are, where you work, where you live, should have the peace of mind that if you get sick, you can go to the doctor and not be bankrupt. Whether you make $10,000 a year or whether you make $10 billion a year, you need to use your voice to make sure that politicians keep their hands off your health care.
Absolutely, and I've been telling all of y'all, what are you going to do? You're going to call. As soon as you finish watching this video, you're going to call the number on the screen and you're going to ask the switchboard to direct you to your congressperson. I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat, and you're going to say, I want you to vote no on 4547's tax bill that will take away Medicaid from millions of Americans. And that's what you're going to say, because we're going to keep our foot on their necks.
Otherwise, they'll put theirs on yours.
Oh, y'all already know who I'm here with. You know exactly who this is, okay? We are here with Representative Shontel, and we are going to talk about Medicaid, because what the hell is going on?
I wish I could tell you. You know, this administration is about that life when it comes to making things harder for people. And they're cutting Medicaid to the tune of $880 billion. That's
Because it's unpopular. 80% of Americans do not want Medicaid cut. This is a huge benefit to children, especially. Like, the majority of Medicaid recipients are children. So I'm like, you're trying to take health care away from the babies. We're supposed to be pro-life, but you're taking health care away from the babies.
Pro-life, the party of family values.
Yeah.
That's what they claim to be, but their actions, their budgets actually show you who they are. When you're taking away health care, I mean, that's the lifeline. They're pro-birth, but the life of the child, how the child grows up, how the health care that they receive, the education that they receive, the food that they receive, they don't really care about those things.
Not care about the fact that like 40% of pregnant women in the United States rely on Medicaid to have babies. Like, you want people to have babies. You're talking about, hey, I might slip you $5,000 to have a baby. Why don't you slip them some health care? Because $5,000 isn't even going to cover the delivery.
It's not going to cover the delivery. Not even. I mean, the thing about it is, let's take care of the people who are here already. Let's not try to incentivize something, because research has shown that those incentives really don't work to start with. But you can put that money back into the households. Let's just keep it for the people right now that actually are dependent on it as it relates to Medicaid. How about that? The bottom line is, y'all, what they're doing, the ultimate goal is to use this money to pay for tax cut for the ultra wealthy. I'm talking about to the tune of over $300,000 a year to the 0.1%, not 1%, 0.1% of the ultra wealthy people in this country. So that might be some of your viewers, but it's certainly.
I don't think anybody. I don't know. Mark Cuban might be scrolling by, but
hey, Mark.
And we see other billionaires like Mark Cuban even going like, "Hey, this is not the way." But you know what this $5,000 check is while trying to take away Medicaid funding from babies? It's a welfare scam.
Oh.
45, 47, you know, that's the welfare king.
Let's talk about the welfare king. The man getting $8 million a day in government contracts. The wealthiest man in the world getting $8 million a day in government contracts. Elon Musk, yes.
The South African scammer.
The South African scammer, yes.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
So it sounds like what we need people to do is to make sure to keep the pressure applied. So what I want y'all to do after you finish watching this video is I want you to call. And you're going to get to the switchboard, you're going to ask for who your Congress member is, and you're going to tell them, vote no on the Medicaid cuts. Whether they are a Democrat, Republican, does not matter. Keep the pressure applied.
Keep the pressure up, y'all.